jets were downed in friendly fire. Iran is now claiming that it is the one that has actually shot down those 3 US F-15s. Trump had claimed that this was friendly fire in Kuwaiti airspace by Kuwaiti air defense, but Iran says that these were targeted strikes. So is the fog of war now well and truly on, where different sides are going to say different things and possibly try to gain an upper hand in narrative as well, is the big question. Sanjay Suri is also joining us with more on this. But before that, I go across to my colleague Akansha first up. Akansha, now, this is the first such incidence where we've got a direct, contradiction in what US and Iran are saying. US very clearly saying this was friendly fire in Kuwait. First, Kuwaiti ministry came out and said, yes, multiple crashes have happened, but everybody is safe. Now, Iran is saying they are the ones who actually downed these aircrafts.
Absolutely, and if the US were to admit that this was a result of Iranian aircraft actually going ahead and downing these 3 F-15s, it is going to mean egg in the face of the US forces, which is perhaps why they are resorting to this narrative building. And we've seen that happen time and again. I would again want to allude to the kind of narrative that emanated out of Operation Sindoor when there were being claims made from both sides, and in fact what muddled it further were the claims that were made by the US president. But this is just a reminder to US, in fact, tasting their own medicine right now when it comes to narrative building. But the confirmation coming in from both sides that yes, indeed, 3 F-15s were downed. It's a huge military loss already within 48 hours now, in fact, ever since the conflict began for the United States. And Iran, as I said, is not throwing in the towel right now. They have already continued with their barrage of missiles. They are targeting oil refineries. The most significant one was in Aramco, where they have, in fact, also had to go and shut down that refinery. We'll have to see if there are going to be more strategic losses over here or not. But I can tell you these are big developments at the moment, and egg in the face almost in terms of the kind of calculations that were done by the US side. Shivani.
All right, let's also go across to Sanjay Suri, who continues to be with us. Sanjay, big contradiction coming in now from both the US and the Iranian sources. There's Iranians now saying that they're the ones who downed these jets. Now, it's pretty rare, for the benefit of our viewers, for an American F-15 to be downed. Now, if Iran managed 3 of them, that could indeed be egg on the face of Americans.
Well, it would be extremely unlikely that these were downed in a dogfight with Iranian aircraft. Iran simply does not have aircraft with that kind of reach, with that kind of power, and that's a fair distance from Iran. Whether it has the capacity to take on such aircraft and engage them in a dogfight and down them, that is the first question. It's a doubtful scenario where Iran could have done this, which is not to say it's absolutely impossible. The word from the US is that this was friendly fire. The word from Kuwait is a little uncertain. But whichever way this is, and if the Iranians certainly are going to jump in and claim this, they may have some evidence and some basis for claiming this. It may have been a dogfight, it may have been a missile fire, it may have been a drone. There are many possibilities here. But a straight dogfight between Iranian aircraft and these aircraft would, on first
this could
thought,
of course be surface-to-air
unlikely.
missiles more than a dogfight that could have taken place, and certainly Iran has the capabilities of those missiles.